In 1994, a fighting game changed everything. The King of Iron Fist arrived, guys, and with it came a roster of characters that would go on to become absolute legends in the franchise. But there is one character, one woman, who laid the foundation for an entire legacy within the Tekken story, who fought with grace, power, and purpose, and then all of a sudden vanished. Guys, this is the story of Michelle Chang, the woman that Tekken forgot. Michelle Chang first appeared in the original Tekken in 1994. She was one of the very first female fighters in the franchise, and immediately to me she stood out. A Native American warrior raised in Arizona? Like, guys, that's some real depth and real history of America right there. Michelle was trained in Chinese martial arts by her mother. Her fighting style, a blend of Chinese martial arts. It was fluid, it was powerful, it had a mixture of Wang Jinrei, and you know what? It stood out from the Tekken roster. But what made Michelle special wasn't just how she fought, it was why she fought. This is important. His pendant, a mystical object connected to an ancient god, was stolen by the Mishima Zaibatsu. Michelle entered the King of Iron Fist for one reason only: revenge and justice for her father. That's not just a fighting game character, guys. That's a warrior with a soul. Now, let's talk about how Michelle actually played. Michelle's style was based on Chinese martial arts, right? Like powerful strikes, strong defensive options, and a grounded, methodical approach to combat. She wasn't flashy. She wasn't about tricks or gimmicks, though a few players had that. Michelle Chang was about pure Tekken fundamentals. She was about reading your opponent, timing your opponent, striking with purpose, and in the first second, she was one of the most solid characters in the roster. By Tekken 2, she was refined and improved. Her moveset expanded, her storyline deepened, and she felt like a complete warrior. For players who wanted a character with substance, both in gameplay and in story, Michelle Chang was the answer. She was the kind of character that rewarded patience and skill. That kind of character that real players respected. And her aesthetics were really pleasing to me. Now Tekken 3 arrived and we were all wondering, where the hell was Michelle? In 1997, they introduced Juliachang, Michelle's adopted daughter. Now Julia was an incredible character in her own right. She was a bit more younger, you could tell. She carried a certain innocence. So she carried Michelle's fighting style, and they added her own personality and story. For me, Julia was all about Mother Nature. She was fighting to reforest her homeland in Arizona. Julia was fresh, she was young, she connected with the newer generation of Tekken players, and Bandai Namco made a choice that would define both characters forever. They kept Julia and they left Michelle behind. I don't know why. After that, Tekken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even in 8, Julia appeared in almost every single Tekken after Tekken 2. She evolved, they updated her, gave her new looks, new stories. She was mentioned in Julia's backstory. She was referenced here and there, occasionally teased, but she was never brought back. And here's what makes this so fascinating and so unfair. Julia's fighting style is built on Michelle's foundation. The moves, the stances, the philosophy, it all traces back to Michelle. Julia essentially is Michelle 2.0, you know, the next generation, you could say. But here's the thing about upgrades. Sometimes you lose something in the process. Michelle had a rawness about her, a weight to her movements, a sense that every strike came from a place of genuine pain and purpose. She was fighting for her father, for justice, for her people. That emotional core, that warrior spirit, don't get me wrong, I love Mother Nature. Time to time, I go sit in Mother Nature. I go hug trees. I enjoy it. But it's what made Michelle irreplaceable. Julia carried the style, but Michelle carried the spirituality. So guys, here we are, Tekken 8, 2024. One of the most visually stunning games, to be fair, even with all his flaws. And still, there's no sign of Michelle Chang. She's sitting in the sidelines. Think about what a modern Michelle Chang could look like. That fighting style rebuilt from ground up with current gen graphics and animation. Can you wonder how she is in heat state? An elder warrior, battle worn and powerful, returning to finish what she started. Everyone would be eager to know what was her story like. Where has she been? They introduced Roger, and I think it would be really amazing from the Tekken team to give the Tekken fans Michelle Chang back again. Imagine Michelle and Julia in the same game. Mother and daughter. The The woman who built the legacy standing alongside the woman who carried it forward. That storyline writes itself. The Tekken roster has over 30 characters in Tekken 8. There is absolutely room for Michelle Chang. The fans have been asking for years. The character has the history, the story, and the fighting style to absolutely belong in modern Tekken. Michelle Chang was there from the beginning. She helped build the world of Tekken before most of us even knew what the King of Iron Fist was. She deserves more than a footnote in Julia's story, in my opinion, guys. And I'm here giving her flowers. She deserves to come back. This is truly the woman Tekken forgot. But hey, at Lion's Den, baby, we don't forget. And that's how I feel. I feel like the FGC's forgotten me as well. But that's what happens with life. Life moves on. If you want to see Michelle Chang return to Tekken, let me know in the comments, guys. Let's make some noise for Michelle. And if you're new here, hey, you know what? Welcome to Lion's Den. Welcome to Aussie, man. And we celebrate fighting game here. And we celebrate fighting game legends who don't always get the recognition they deserve. This channel is about the underdog. If you like the video, give it a like. It helps out more than you think. And if you want to be part of my journey, hit the subscribe button, guys. Really helps out. Peace.